and welcome back to the We'll Take It From Here podcast. Another week, another episode. However, first, we are going to bring you our show's sponsor, because this episode is brought to you by Honest Supplements. Now, Joe, what's Honest Supplements? Well, let me tell you. In a world that is plagued by new illness outbreak every other day, it's important to keep your body performing at its best with the right vitamins and supplements. However, these products can get expensive, especially with rising prices all around us. Honest Supplements has resolved that problem. They mark up all products by just $1, saving their members an average of 50% per product. Yes, that means that the protein you're paying $60 for is only $30 on their website. They have everything from vitamins, sports supplements, recovery, weight loss, CBD, and so much more. Timmy and I are both members and can advocate for the amount of money that you will save. And do we also mention that all products are third-party lab tested? Because that's the only true way to prove vitamins and supplements actually contain the ingredients that they claim. Don't wait. Go to Honest Supplements right now to join today and start taking better care of your health. And it's right. If you train jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or just in the gym, you better be taking Honest Supplements. So go to their website, guys. All right. Now it's time for the show. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to We'll Take It From Here podcast. It's Joe and Timmy, episode 216. We got another duo for you because we don't have a guest, but that's why we have a duo.
Yeah, that's typically why, Joe.
That's typically why. Thanks. And welcome to the show. All right, so what we're going to talk about right now. Right now, it is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all the nice sweethearts out there. Hope you have a good day. And I don't know, we'll get this going. So I don't know what your plans are, if you already did something or not. But I don't know.
No comment. I'm not going to get myself in the doghouse.
Love it.
Publicly.
Love
on
it.
record forever and eternity.
I fucking love it. For sure. We will, I guess is the word surmise or...
Summarize?
Not summarize. We will imagine what you mean.
Yeah.
Surmise was not the right word. But let's talk about it. It's February 14th. So what's going on right now in the world? You know what's going on right now in the world because it's something that is very important. It's the Epstein shit, right? So a lot of shit's going on. There's a lot that is coming out day by day.
But it's okay. The Dow is all up.
Dow's up 50,000.
Everything's good.
Everything's good.
Why are we talking about this?
Why are we talking about it?
Why are we talking about this? Dow was at 50,000.
If you guys don't know what that was, Pam Bondi was getting ripped apart on Capitol Hill, and then she responds with Dow's up 50,000. Now, this is actually what we were talking off air, and what we want to talk about now is if you take that at face value, it's disgusting, right? Because you're talking about a child sex trafficking ring, which, by the way, folks, I know a lot of you are woken up to it, and this isn't about like who understood it first, because there was people before us. I know like my brother and some other people, and I'm sure a lot of you, and like Alex Jones was calling this shit out in 09, 10, and everyone was getting laughed at. So for those of you who are just waking up to it, it's good. Be loud, voice that you want accountability. That's perfect. But don't think now you have some moral high ground over everyone else. I don't know. But anyway, there is no sides to this, but let's talk about that.
There are sides. It's the shitheads on the Epstein list and the people that cover it up and the human beings that get suffered.
Perfect.
And the other people. There's the victims and there's all of us that are just fucking pawns in this bullshit.
Perfect. Thank you. There is a side, the side being the disgusting pieces of shit versus the people. So 1,000 versus 8 billion. What I meant is there's no sides politically to this, even though if you want it so badly to be, there isn't. You know who you are.
I mean, the list is both sides.
Yeah.
The list of the names that are coming out is both sides. And it's funny talking about this and sides is, and it's kind of going into the conversation that we were having off air, but like the big conversation is Trump's name in the files. It's side tangent from that. There's two people that I really like that were in the files for the opposite reason. So Joe Rogan, obviously, I listen to him all the time. He was in the files because he, I forget what the debate. He was too timid to have Epstein on, is what they said. But he basically refused to have Epstein on his podcast, and that's why he was in the files. And the other person was Ron Paul. You know Ron Paul?
Ron
Paul's
Paul,
dad, right? If you know who he is, look him up. Ron Paul Revolution. He basically, they basically said he's the only candidate in the Republican nominees for I think 2008 and 12 that was not fans of Israel or something they said.
Or just, I actually read into that too. He was just like actual America first. So like no foreign influence, regardless of the country into it. And that's what Ron Paul stood on, which is what we need in America.
Yeah. So it's just funny that the two people I really like, they were both in there for the opposite reasons you expect.
Sure. If you actually now look, 5,000 times is a lot, right? That is. So, and there's more files, but if you actually look at, I know people are going to hate this. People are going to think this is like Trump dick riding, but if you actually look at the shit, the stuff that was highlighted in yellow about those accusations from the private sources or whatever, the anonymous sources, allegedly were deemed to be like they had done investigations in the past when that came out and they're all bogus. Yeah. So if that's the case, then you have to really point out to me where he gets implicated in it. But that
so there's not much really implicating him. There's some hearsay stuff.
Yes.
And that is a good conversation with this is you can't, it comes up once in the emails. You can't just say, oh, there's a smoking gun. Hey, that smells weird. Mm-hmm. Let's confirm this is bad.
Yeah. So
oh, that smells funky. Oh, fucking good cheese smells funky.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. So it just because it doesn't pass the initial sniff test doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. You got to have things that corroborate everything.
100%. And that's the best part of this. And look, here's what I'm going to say, and this is what we said off the show. Whoever ends up, because the truth will come out at some point. The truth will come out at some point. If not, then we're all fucked. Like, you have to understand that. If the truth doesn't actually come out, which is why I have no problem on both sides. Yeah. Speak out. Even if it's because you hate him, right? Just speak out. It's going to get released. The truth will come out. And when the truth comes out, whoever can actually be tied and implicated to what the disgusting things that were going on aiding and done, held accountable. That's what I meant, but there's no team. Yeah. There's team humans and innocent people of the world.
Team justice
team justice versus team evil. And if you really want to, right, there's so many other names in that list that and I'm speaking specifically to the people here who are playing the team political side, right? I mean, you have, the Anthony Weiner laptop, the John Podesta emails on WikiLeaks.
Well, the Podesta emails. So the Podesta emails is Pizzagate.
100%.
And if you start seeing the emails, there's some threads in the Epstein emails that kind of tie into the Podesta emails.
Yes.
And kind of shine more of a light on Pizzagate.
Yes.
And so it's funny because I saw a clip it was Rogan's fight companion in the 2012, Eddie Bravo talking about Pizzagate, and Brian Callen's like, that is debunked and all this shit. And then now it's just like, that didn't age well. And like, Pizzagate's still going to be smeared just like the Russian hoax, like that whole Russiagate bullshit with Trump, which is all proven, but people still believe it. And 100%. The same thing with Pizzagate. But it's coming out more and more like there is something weird with Pizzagate.
Well, if you're so listen to this. If with the exposure, and I'm speaking to the people who just became awake recently, if you are now taking all this stuff that's coming out with Epstein, and now you understand that pizza means, I think, like little girls and hot dogs, little boys. I don't know what the code is. Just weird. Pizza, I think, is like, I don't know. It's like child porn. I don't know. It's disgusting.
Regardless of what it is, pizza is clearly a code.
Yes,
you would not be having a conversation like that about pizza all the time and be talking about pizza parties. When was the last time you said you went to a pizza party?
Yeah, right. I can't.
So I don't care what the fuck it is. It's a code. No one fucking says I'm going to a pizza party. The only pizza party that you have is when HR gives you those fucking dollars thin slices.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the pizza party. When in fucking high school, when you did your, it was probably elementary school, you did your homework and everyone had the pizza. Those are pizza parties. Outside that, there's no fucking thing as pizza parties.
Right. And the reason why I brought that up is because if you're going to cling and hold to the amount of times that the guy you don't like is in the Epstein files, fair. Let's make sure that he's not implicated. If he's implicated, bye. He's held accountable. But if you want to go to those WikiLeaks, search Obama's name, because I know a lot of people like to defend Obama. He shows up 8,900 times. So
in the Epstein files?
No, in the Podesta files. I searched it yesterday.
Yeah. Well, allegedly, Obama is a closet homosexual.
Yeah.
This is not slander towards anyone. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But that's the conspiracy behind it, which would make sense why he wouldn't be at Epstein Island, because that was mostly young underage women.
Yeah. So
From my understanding of what's coming out, who fucking knows?
So, point being, you're going to have to hold the same energy for both sides if you're playing the team, but there's no team. Now, let's get to the point of what we were talking about off here. I posted on my story, which would have been Friday the 13th, 2 episodes of a podcast that I I frequently refer to. It's called the RealAF Show. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I've heard this outside of Andy Frisella, but the one person who's been saying it for a long time is Andy Frisella. He's been saying the strategies of what he thinks, and he disclaims this, could be going on. He specifically and explicitly states he is not saying this is what is going on. This is what he theorizes could be going on. And it's keep an open mind, and it could be wrong. Okay. So what we were talking about was the fact, and this is what he was saying, because I want to give him credit, is he was saying, all right, so go back to Pam Bondi's Dow Jones 50,000. Go back to Trump saying, it's a hoax. Go back to Kash Patel and Dan Bongino saying, it's not, like, move on. It's fake. There's nothing, right? And you could clearly tell they were lying if you have any sort of common sense watching that video. Let's take that at face value. If you take that at face value, no theory, that's bad. That's suspicious. And that needs to be called out like it is being called out, right? But here's what Frisella said. And I know a lot of you have said it too. But here's what Frisella said. If what we were saying needed to happen, day one, go in and just drain it. You have the files, release it, blah, 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 start arresting people, right? If on day one, he did do that, like we said we wanted him to do. I know I was advocating for that, right? The other side, now we're going to talk sides, the left media and left people were calling Epstein a right-wing conspiracy theory. This is what Frisella was saying. So if he had start laying the hammer down and arresting people and all that shit, the whole media would have fucking called for Trump's head, his cabinet's head, called him a dictator, said he's doing unconstitutional shit. And you know for a fact that if you were on that side, you would buy into that. Do not lie. You would have bought into that. So what'd he do? He started saying it's a hoax. Now that got you to be like, oh, it's a hoax? Sure, that's suspicious. Now he's telling Kash and everyone, say it's a lie, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. He's saying to move on from it. Now it's starting to spark outrage on both sides. Both sides are pissed off, which you should be pissed off because it's not a hoax. Then he releases the first file, has his name in it 5,000 times, okay? Or he doesn't release it. The Congress, like Massey and that guy, forgot his name, Khan or something, release it, right? 5,000 times his name is in there. Oh, wow, okay. Now the other side's like, see, you voted for the pedo, blah, 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 blah. Now they want accountability. So now, if he plays the cards right and fucking releases the other 10 million, whatever the fuck million it is.
He's playing a chess psyop.
A chess psyop, seriously. Because now, if it comes out, allegedly, right? This is the theory. Because folks, if you're thinking this is bullshit and laughing, when the next files come out and they start implicating people and we start seeing justice, you can't go back on your word if Trump's not in there, right? Because do you care about Trump, or do you just care about the actual justice being served? Because at this point, both sides are now pissed off, rightfully. Both sides are calling for accountability, rightfully. So now he's got everyone in. Now, that's the theory. There could be so many holes you could be thinking of that you could shoot me. I'm thinking of a particular person who's going to be shooting me fucking in DMs. I'm not saying that this is true. I'm saying it could be. And guess what? If it's false, then guess what? It's back to square one. We have to scrutinize the hell out of what's going on because it's suspicious. That's all I'm saying is a theory.
Yeah. It's also funny you're explaining all that, and I'm just thinking like the Epstein files and all this stuff was a right-wing conspiracy theory 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. Even during the last elections, and now all of a sudden the left's in on it. Like, oh, Epstein files. It was like, I don't know when it happened, and I don't know why or what, but the left now is like, yeah, and I got taken off guard. I'm like, wait, you guys are on this team now? when did you guys join?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we've all been here. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Like, this is fucked up shit. Yeah, there's stuff coming out. I don't know when. And it's weird, too, because, you know, most of the political conversations is where the narrative is from mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's weird. It's like, you're saying all this stuff, and like, I can see how this would work and all that. But, like, we know the media is all a psyop. We went through the whole list of stuff, right? The fact that they're all saying the same shit all the time, they're all pointing to the same shit all the time, they're all coordinated. And it's like, I don't understand why that like the left went in that direction of going, like, I know it's going against Trump, but like, I don't know. It's just suspicious to me that the left's now on board, and then even the media isn't necessarily.
They're not saying anything. Well, here's a good point you bring up.
They're like promoting, trying to get Trump in the files, but like they're all guided by someone. That's I don't know. That's weird.
So unless there's something, you could bring up a good point, but here's what I'm going to say to it. Unless I've missed it, think about all the people who have spoken out against. I mean, political, high, powerful people on both the right and the left, who have done nothing but bash Trump since his first term. Nothing but bash Trump. Where are they? Yeah. Why are they so quiet? The ones being the most quiet, that should be the loudest signal of they're scared. Who am I referring to? The Bushes, the Clintons, Obama, Biden. Where the fuck's Biden been, dude? Like, that's a legitimate question. Where the fuck has he been? Now, I'm sure that they're out there. But unless, and please, if someone has spoken out about it, against him and saying stuff, like, they're staying quiet too, which should tell you everything you need to know. A lot of the people who are asking for accountability probably don't show up on that list, and they truly think now, you're talking about the left, right? They truly think it's a right-wing thing. They went from right-wing conspiracy theory to, oh, it's just the right. It's like, no, it's both sides.
Yeah, it's politics. It's certain people in power.
Certain people in power, and that's why I'm consistently saying, like Timmy said, it's the people versus evil, not right versus left. But it's a good point you bring up, but you want to know they could be walking themselves in their trap if the theory that we just said, which RealAF show, check it out, is true. If it's not, now we have to, and look, there's a lot of things you could say, but if not, then we go back to square one.
Yeah, who knows? And the crazy part is, like, this is just one little aspect of what's been going on for decades. Like, Epstein's not the first. He's not the last. Shit's still going on now. There's the blackmail thing has always been the thing. Like, look at Diddy. Like, the Diddy stuff is not really even uncovered. No. You know? That was basically brushed under the rug and hidden. Mm-hmm. Okay, there was Diddy trials, and it was, like, the stuff Diddy did. It's this, like, where Diddy is where the stuff where Epstein was caught in like 2012 or wherever he was first went to prison. That's where that is. It's like, oh no, this is just around Diddy. Diddy didn't do anything outside of just himself. It's like, okay. He makes millions, and I don't know how much he was worth. He was by himself. That's not how any of this works. You can't do all that by yourself. There's a lot of people implicated. I'm curious on what happens with that, and who knows? Maybe the distraction from the Diddy is going into the Epstein to pull away from the Diddy stuff, so those people in the Hollywood power get brushed on the rug and hidden because the attention's off them.
100%. No, who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Who knows at this point? And for those of you who are just waking up to this, like the one who thought it was conspiracy theory, and now you're yelling the loudest, keep yelling. Right? We need to have accountability. Epstein is just the fucking pawn, bro. Epstein was absolutely the scapegoat. Everyone's saying that Epstein was Satoshi for Bitcoin. My friends, if you read The Fourth Industrial Revolution in 2016, written by Klaus Schwab, who just stepped down as the chair of the World Economic Forum, he talks about digital currency then. So, and then,
well, in the emails, weren't they talking about Bitcoin stuff?
Yeah. But everyone's thinking like, oh, it's Epstein, Satoshi. It's like, brother, if I had to guess, I don't know who Satoshi is. If I had to guess, it ain't Epstein. It's probably Klaus Schwab. And you want to know what? Since we know who Klaus Schwab is, it's probably not him. It's someone higher than him, which goes to your point. It's like, there's so many levels to who's doing it. That's my theory. Anyway, so unless, do you have anything else to say on that? On this topic in general.
No, just My thing is be open-minded and all this stuff. Everyone has their teams and their goals that they're trying to promote. But like this all new shit coming out, like this is like historical new shit coming out. This isn't like what was it? Not Pizzagate, the Nixon thing. Watergate. That was a huge big deal. And now we know a little more that he was set up. That was a fucking blackmail ring. 100%. Again, another example, but that was done by the CIA, FBI, and all that stuff. Allegedly, this is the theory behind that. There's no way to corroborate any of it. It's just the same thing with the JFK files coming out. There's never going to be a smoking gun, but this is like the Epstein shit. This is a huge historical thing coming out where it's showing to everyone that there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in the world. In the first world, in the West, where we're supposed to be like this moral superiority. Obviously, we're not. Everyone's flawed. There's no one's morally superior. This is a big historical thing. Go in open-minded. Go in knowing that you don't have all the information.
Sure.
You don't have all the information.
Yeah.
You do not have all the information. Stop talking like you do. No one does. Look at Thomas Massey. He's the one pushing. And who's the Democrat?
I think his name is Khan.
I
forgot what it is.
Those two guys are spearheading. They're coming together from the opposite sides of the political spectrum, coming together and pushing for us, right? So whether you agree or disagree with either one of those the guy's political views, they're pushing for these names to come out. They're doing stuff for the American people more than any other politician in the last fucking decade. In my opinion. Like, but they don't even have all the information. And they get to go see the unredacted stuff that's still redacted because, government. But you don't have all the information in any situation. Look at all the ICE stuff that came out. You didn't have all the information at first, and you make this concrete, hard stance opinion that you're morally superior than the people that you disagree with, and they don't have all the information. And it comes out like you both are wrong and you both are slightly right too. So like, take a step back, have your opinions, have the things that you believe in it, but be open-minded to be like, okay, this is what I think's happening. This is my opinion on it. But let's see what more information I can get on this to confirm or adjust my opinion. And with this Epstein stuff too, like, back to that, it's like, you really need to take a second and allow things more to unfold. Because there's a lot of stuff going in here. Just because someone's name is in the files doesn't mean they're implicated. Just because their names are in the files and they are somewhat connected to stuff going on doesn't mean that they're actually connected. Like, what's the guy in the not Peter Thiel, the other guy, Peter Attia, I think his name is.
Okay.
He's been on Rogan a bunch of times, but apparently he's in the files a lot. And there's nothing that was like directly smoking gun, but it was like kind of some sketchy shit. That's like, all right, this looks bad, but I gotta give it time to simmer and see what comes out. So yeah, be open-minded and just understand we're never going to have all the information, but you gotta be flexible. You can't be rigid in your opinions on this.
Love that. And, one more thing too, guys, it is what it is, right? Like the truth will come out. So if the theory that Frisella was proposing that we just spoke about here is right, awesome. We're going to get justice. If it's wrong, awesome. We're going to get justice. It's just, who cares? At what point, if it comes out, whoever's implicated gets held accountable. If you're going to stand on your moral high ground on who voted for who, guess what? There's a person you voted for who's in those files who's probably implicated. So, there's no moral high ground. Keep pushing for the accountability. There's no problem with it. Try not to be a fucking asshole. You know who I'm referring to on all levels, on both sides. Stop yelling and arguing with fucking people and stop trying to get fucking, got you moments. For someone to like, dude, I don't understand what's with the gotcha moments.
If you're relying on gotcha, you don't care about having honest conversations.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And you don't care about actually having a conversation. Gotcha moments is for you trying to win in a courtroom.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is. It's like, nope, I won. It's like, no, you're not winning. You quote unquote won. You're just an asshole. No one's opinions changed. You just got me in this. It doesn't matter. The difference between a conversation and argument. One's curious, one's forcing your opinion down the other person's throat. be open-minded. Try to, even if you don't agree with the other fucking person, you don't have to, but try to understand what their point is. That's the thing that infuriates me the most is no one cares about what your point is or what my point is. They just care about regurgitating their own point, and no one's listening. They're just
listening.
This is my point. You're wrong. This is my point. You're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking care what you think I'm wrong about. Explain to me why you think I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And you can't. Yeah. Oh, well, you didn't see this word exactly perfect, so I gotcha. It's like, oh, I slipped up and didn't fucking communicate the best. Sorry. That doesn't mean you got me. That doesn't mean my opinion or point of view is completely wrong.
No. And by the way, when I said don't be an asshole, there's many people I'm referring to in the past. This is not just one person. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking that I was referring to you, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Possibly.
I'm just kidding.
No. But like you only know, like this is both sides of the argument of the aisle I've been hearing. And, not that certain points, I'm not saying I don't agree with certain people's points, just there's a way to do it, right? Like we're not supposed to be fighting each other, guys, so don't fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But now, what were you going to say? No, I was going to say, to finish off here, because we're going to transition to something real quick. Don't stray away from this topic. Don't, ignore it. It's not going to go away. You definitely we need to be pressuring politicians to hold people accountable, or just anyone, the DOJ, whatever, to hold accountable. Whatever the truth is, it's going to come out. And at that point, we need accountability. That's it. Now, going into the next part, though, is while you definitely need to stay informed and definitely we need to be loud on this topic, it was a weird thing of informed, not consumed. Is the first time I heard that was from Greg Anderson, who I spoke about a couple of times. He has his own podcast too called The Endless Endeavor. Good dude. Met him a couple times. He's now, he always coined that term, stay informed, not consumed, which is important. But then it's what we were talking about too offline of, while it is important to not ignore this topic and hold accountability, live your fucking life. He's going in 6 days.
This dude's wild.
Him and 3 fucking other of his friends. So four people
total.
4 people total. I think that this could be wrong. Maybe bring this dog. I'm not sure. Malinois.
But why would you bring a
dog? No. I don't know if he is. That could be
I
wrong.
really hope not.
No, that could be wrong. I'm not. That's
not a good environment.
No. That is not me saying that he is. That could be making that up. But what I'm not making up is him and 3 other fucking people are going to row across the Pacific Ocean from Washington to Maui.
Washington State
to fucking Maui, Hawaii. That's insane.
How many miles is that?
Dude.
Let's see.
I think it's going to be like a 90-day trip. Brother, the amount of balls on all 4 of you. I don't know if you're going to see this, Greg, but I'll try to, tag you in this. I don't know if you're going to fucking see this. The balls that you have, brother, to do that. Hats off to you. I wish you the safest trip. I wish you intend the safe trip, an experience of a lifetime for you, Will. And sorry, I'm forgetting the other 2 guys. I'm sorry. Dude, that's fucking incredible. Everyone's talking about here their problem, and everyone's problems are relative, right? Where their fears, right? This guy's said, you know what? I'm not living to the potential I think I am. I want to row across the Pacific.
So it's anywhere from 2,300 miles to 3,000 miles.
Yeah. And Greg, don't kill me the next time I come out to jiu-jitsu. I don't know if you're bringing your dog or not. That could be a lie. But dude, I intend for a nice, beautiful trip, a fucking wild trip, and a safe trip, there and back. That's incredible.
Yeah. It's wild.
Bro. Rowing across, alright, this doesn't sound weird. I had a dream about this last night. And I think the reason why I had a dream about this is because I saw one of their posts before I went to bed. Yep. And that was the most recent thought. I dreamt about it, that they completed the trip. And the whole time they were talking to me, I was talking to them, but the whole time I knew I was dreaming. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is fucking wild. I was like, what? I actually asked myself, I'm like, what lesson am I getting from this dream? Is there something that maybe I'm not living to my full potential? Probably. Yeah. And it's like, damn, bro, you want something, go do it.
Yeah. Dude, that's wild. You said 90 days?
I don't know if it's 90 or 70. I don't know the trip.
See, ChatGPT can take a wild swing at this.
Let me just actually go to his Instagram. I can't believe that's going to be happening, bro. It's fucking insane.
Fucking autocorrect.
I cannot believe it. Here it is. So who's the other guy there? Because I'm sorry. Royal of the Pacific, the journey begins May 2026. Oh, wait a second. Whoa. Hold on a second.
40 to 55 days.
Hold on a second.
You find it?
Wait a second. I may have my dates wrong. I thought they were going to end in May. More or less we'll leave. Okay, this isn't happening in 6 days. They're leaving May 2026. Still fucking crazy though.
So they got some time. That's wild.
That's wild.
But yeah, back to the original point of why we're bringing up. Live your fucking life. So, informed, not consumed.
Definitely holding people accountable. We're not going to fucking ignore this topic of Epstein. But at the same time, live your life.
You need to find the balance, and it's always going to be a fleeting thing that you constantly have to work on. But it's not to be consumed with all this, having the conversation with your friends about it. Like, you saw this in COVID, and everyone's politically charged. It's like, oh, you lost friends because they disagree with you. Like, people you know in your whole life. Like, why? Why? Because they disagree with you? That's a childish stance. Oh, you don't disagree? You don't agree with me? Fuck you. I disown you. We're not talking about, like, raping, pillaging, and murder.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, with this shit coming out with all the Epstein, whatever, any of the political stuff, the ICE, all this stuff, like, you can be absurdly consumed with it, and this is all you do all the fucking time. And then you're living in a state of misery.
Yeah.
Why? We're here to live. Have fun. Like, there's so much shit you can do for fun in this world. And it's a shame because there's so much death and despair and terrible things happening. And those people would die to be in our shoes. Like the amount of rape that happens around the world in a day. Just imagine. Like, the stuff that was happening in the illegal immigrants coming up with the cartels. I think it was like 60% of the women were raped during that process, something like that, right? That's just wild to think about. And then we all live in this comfy, cozy environment, and not saying that people don't get raped in this environment. It happens often. But, like, we don't have to go and try to survive all this crazy shit. We're in great places. People die to come here. They do whatever they can to come here. Fucking enjoy it. That's the whole point of being here. That's the whole point of living. And, like, you see these people also in those impoverished countries or low income or, like, these third world countries. You think they're sitting around miserable the whole time? No, they're fucking living their life. They're celebrating. Celebrate all the fucking small shit. Why? Because why the fuck not?
Why not, man?
Why not? Yeah, cool. I gotta strap my belt. Cool, great, awesome. You're living. You're having fun. Enjoy it. Don't be like, oh, I only got to strap. Now I got to focus. Yeah, focus on the next one. But fucking also enjoy
the stripe. You got it.
Like, if shit's not bringing you joy anymore, like, yeah, sometimes you got to grind on shit. But, like, if it doesn't give you joy, it's okay to take a break from it.
Yeah.
I stepped away from climbing for a while. I'm back at it. Recently, I've been having this thought of coming back to snowboarding.
Yeah, let's go.
So maybe next year. But, like, it wasn't bringing me joy for a while. Like, it's okay. There's seasons with everything. With jiu-jitsu, there's times where I'm fucking going once a week, and now I'm, like, been going 3 times a week. Let's not be serious. I'm not doing 4 times. But, like, the point is, like, you get sucked in to all this negativity. This is why the psyop is always to charge you emotionally in the negative direction. No one is overly motivated to give a positive review. But there's a lot of times if you're pissed off at the server or the service is really bad, you're going to be motivated to make a negative review. You're going to be, because the negative is so much more powerful than the positive. So you have to focus on and putting yourself in the positive mindset, putting yourself in celebrating, putting yourself in enjoying the things, because misery will sneak up on you as fast as it fucking can. So it's a fleeting thing. If you cannot, you have to keep focusing on enjoyment and gratitude. Live your fucking life. Go after the things that bring you joy. We have free will. I saw a post. It was a guy. I forget what it was. But he, like, went and did something, like, you're not supposed to do. It's like, Oh, it was in school. The guy went into the teacher's lounge. He's like, "Oh, you can't do that." It's like, "Why? What's going to happen?" He did. And he went out, grabbed a snack, and left. And like, nothing happened. And like, you got free will. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, it didn't hurt anyone. I guess technically you stole food, but
yeah.
The point is, you can go do shit. You can go on a fucking hike. You can go row with your buddies from Washington State to Maui. You can go do shit. You can go do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go do it.
Fuck yeah. That's right. Go do it, man.
Go fucking do it.
Go do it. So here it is, folks. That was perfect. And on that, what Timmy said in the end, just go do it. Live your life. But at the same time, we're not going to fucking forget what happened here with Epstein. So keep pushing for accountability. Nobody forgets, but don't let this fucking destroy your soul. But we are going to get justice, and that's for sure. All right, guys, you heard it here. Next week will be the dude. I'm very tired right now. We will see you next week. We'll take it from here. Love you guys.